dared I was to make a Void Sphere build, and I accepted the challenge.
Oh no you didn't, Papa Z. 3 assassin builds in a row? Are you japing me?
No one in the history of Path of Exile has ever done this.
You're an animal. What is this, an assassin only channel?
No, to all of you I say, this is a poison assassin only channel. Just kidding. Matter of fact, I have another build in works already that I was gonna make a video on today, but this took precedence. Void Sphere is a super cool skill which acts as a black hole, pulling all of its victims in its range to the center while damaging them. By default, it has a 10-second cooldown, which is not cool. So bringing it down was very important, as well as having an additional uses to use the skill more often. Right now, for my setup, I have 4-second cooldown and 4 uses.
Is the number 4 significant to you, Papa Z?
No, that's just a coincidence. I can make a story about that though if you want.
No. Just stick to the script. No stories required.
Alright, so I initially was drawn to the increased cooldown recovery rate per power charge crucible passive tree node. And when I searched for it, the first and only item that popped up was the Disintegrator Maelstrom Staff. I had other parameters selected by accident, but let's not worry about that. It was a sign. Excited, I used it as my base and built my character around it. After doing so and testing it, playing with it for quite a bit, the degen from the staff was kicking my butt, no matter what I did. I really tried to focus on life regen and phys mitigation, but it just wasn't enough. Finally, instead of trying to brute force and make the staff happen, I searched the PoE trade site for a +3 chaos to skills staff to see if it would compare damage-wise. And that's when I found the staff I'm using now for like 100 chaos, which gave me an additional, it was just teeny small more damage.
What was that, Papa Zero?
Just casual, more damage.
Didn't hear you.
50% more damage, okay? What do you want from me? The Disintegrator staff is just bad A. Unique. I made a build with it before and I was hoping to do it once more. Anyways, my face hit my hand and I slowly transformed into the European face palm emoji when I realized how much better the other staff was. Especially since I spent hours trying to make the Disintegrator staff work. So having my newly found staff, I baked the cheapest cooldown recovery crucible node I could find on it. My belt has a bit of cooldown recovery, but the majority of the cooldown recovery comes from using Anomalous Void Sphere in Diala's Malefaction armor. But it does mean 100% reduced skill effect duration, so it was definitely a balancing act to get this skill to work. Lastly, I'm using Anomalous Second Wind to get additional 3 more cooldown usage. As you have seen already, I supplement my damage with Plague Barrier for clearing, and Val BV on bosses and crucibles. Now, I could have chosen a wide variety of spells for the second 6th link, but I chose BV specifically. Why, you ask? Well, when I imagine myself being in my enemy's shoes, what would be the most terrifying thing for me? Being extremely tiny? Like the size of a Tic Tac? Yeah, that ought to do it. Number 1 fear, actually. But what would be scarier still? What if one was to be that small, but also stuck to a piece of gum on the floor, unable to move as a Dyson vacuum is heading towards you, swallowing you up? And then as you spiral around in the vacuum's chamber, you see that the same vacuum is going to run across million tiny razor blades. Yeah, did you just get goosebumps? Yeah, me too. Scary stuff, I know. And that's why I had to go with the razor sharp blade vortex to really put the fear in my enemies. Here are the gem links for the Void Sphere. As you can see, this is in green socket, so it has 100% cooldown recovery rate. Nice. +2 to deadly aimlets, +2 to void manipulation. Here again, 30% more quality to the second wind to achieve 3 cooldowns. And power +2. Wow, nice. Here are the links on the Val Blade Vortex. Here's the Disintegrator Staff. Look at the nodes. Like, come on. They're perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You too would spend many an hour to make this staff work. Here's what I'm actually using. A pretty cool staff, very cheap relative to how much damage it provides, and here's the cooldown recovery node. The helm I crafted myself. I didn't really know what I was going for. I just wanted something a bit defensive and got this. Wow, wow, wow. Huh, what a surprise. Ugel's Harmony amulet once again. I slapped Vigor on it because I wanted some physical damage reduction through endurance charges. Speaking of, I had a spare synth ring with endurance charge, so I crafted it myself. Ming's Heart for a ton of damage and chaos resistances. Shocker. Asenath's Gentle Gloves once again as well. Cooldown recovery belt. Resistance boots. I could have tried to put cooldown recovery implicit on these, but it would be very, very minimal. Now, if I had the Muns, I would get myself, what is it, the T0, like 20% cooldown recovery boots, but yeah, I ain't got that kind of cash. I'm using the Like Clockwork Forbidden Jewels to get another 30% cooldown recovery, and here is how I get my endurance charges. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with another beautiful build. Alright, so it's been about a month since I found a Voidborn key, so I'm hoping I'm actually gonna get something good. Let's see. No!